Haile Selassie was the Emperor of Ethiopia from 1930 until he was overthrown in a coup in 1974. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential African leaders of the 20th century, due to his efforts to modernize Ethiopia and promote pan-Africanism. One of the reasons why Haile Selassie's quotes are so important is that they reflect his deep commitment to social justice, human rights, and international cooperation. His famous speeches at the League of Nations and the United Nations helped to raise awareness about the plight of African nations and the need for greater equality in the world. In particular, his quote "until the philosophy which holds one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned everywhere as war has become a rallying cry for those who seek to end racism and discrimination in all its forms." This quote, and others like it, have inspired generations of activists and leaders to fight for a more just and equitable world. Therefore, Haile Selassie's quotes are important for people to know and understand, because they offer a vision of a world that is based on equality, respect, and cooperation. They challenge us to confront the injustices and inequalities that exist in our societies and work towards a more just and peaceful world for all. And here are Haile Selassie's words of wisdom that changed history and joy. Education is a means to understand the world around us and to bring about change for the better. Poverty is not an inevitable condition. It is a result of human action and can be overcome by collective effort. Our country's progress must be based on a solid foundation of justice and equality for all. The progress of a nation depends on the quality of its youth and their access to education. True development requires a balance between economic growth and social progress. We must embrace diversity and recognize the value of different cultures and traditions. The health of a nation depends on the health of its people. The rule of law is essential for a just and stable society. Human rights are universal and must be respected and protected by all nations. We must work together to promote peace and security in the world. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. We must be vigilant against the forces of oppression and tyranny. Freedom is the birthright of all people, and it must be protected and defended. The power of love and unity can overcome even the greatest challenges. Leadership is not about personal gain, but about service to others. We must never forget the lessons of history and the importance of learning from our past mistakes. A nation's greatness is measured by its compassion and its ability to care for its most vulnerable citizens. We must strive for excellence in all that we do and never settle for mediocrity. The most important thing we can do is to help those in need and lift them up. Our success as a nation depends on our ability to work together and support one another. We must stand up for what is right, even in the face of adversity. We must never forget our duty to protect the natural world and preserve it for future generations. The pursuit of knowledge and understanding is a lifelong journey that never ends. We must cultivate a spirit of innovation and creativity to overcome the challenges of our time. The greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. We must be willing to take risks and embrace change in order to achieve progress. The true measure of a person's character is how they treat those who are less fortunate. We must never forget the power of forgiveness and the importance of reconciliation. The path to peace begins with mutual respect and understanding. We must reject hatred and bigotry in all its forms. The key to success is to be patient and persistent in the pursuit of our goals. We must always be open to new ideas and perspectives. The most important thing we can do is to listen to one another and seek common ground. We must strive to be good stewards of the resources entrusted to us. The future is not predetermined. We have the power to shape our own destiny. We must never forget the sacrifices of those who have come before us and honor their legacy. The pursuit of justice requires courage and determination. We must be willing to admit our mistakes and learn from them. The greatest gift we can give to others is our time and attention. We must never forget the power of faith and the importance of spiritual values. The best way to predict the future is to create it ourselves through our actions in the present. The measure of a person's worth is not in their possessions, but in their character. We must never give up hope, even in the face of the greatest challenges. The pursuit of peace requires a willingness to compromise and find common ground. We must never forget the importance of humility and the value of serving others. The greatest leaders are those who inspire others to be their best selves. We must always be mindful of the impact of our actions on others and on the world around us. The path to success is paved with hard work, dedication, and perseverance. We must strive to leave the world a better place than we found it. The true measure of a person's success is not in what they achieve, but in how they positively impact the lives of others. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like our video, and also convey your response in the comments column.